to begin, what I'd love to know first, because you were Showtime 1.0. You know, the Lakers, it started in Minnesota with all the 10,000 lakes, and then you were part of it when it came to LA. And all of us here, of course, admire the Lakers and probably imagine us playing at the Forum or at Staples or wherever may they be. So what was it like when basketball went from the back page to the front page, as you said in your book, in this town?
Well, if you're living in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it snowed every night. Every day you wake up. And the temperature would be like 29 degrees. And what happened, we played during the season. We played, I think, after 3 or 4 games. And then for some reason, we decided to play during the summer exhibition games out in California. So we went to Bakersfield. We played in Bakersfield, California. And so we went there. You know, we had winter clothes and didn't know. It was 101 degrees there in Bakersfield. And I said, boy, but wouldn't it be great if they had a team out here, you know, because Minneapolis, I love Minneapolis. The people were great and things, but that cold weather couldn't stand. So we played 3 or 4 exhibition games out there. Then we came back to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And one day later, the next thing I know, the owner was calling and having a meeting and stuff. They were moving the team out here to California, which was amazing. I didn't want to start getting rejoiced and all that stuff and that, but it was amazing. Then we moved out there to California, and that's how it all started, from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I want to take you to, I believe it was your second year in the NBA, and you go to play a game in Charleston, West Virginia. And now in athletics, a lot is being made of athletes and their voices. You decided to use yours that night because they wouldn't allow African Americans in a certain hotel. And you decided that you weren't going to play in the game. That, to me, must have been, reading it, it was extremely courageous. I'm curious for you, as you look back on that, what do you remember about that night and that decision in the locker room to say, no, I'm not even going to play tonight?
What I remembered was the mail I got, hatred mail from people, the racism, the names they called and said, I don't even want to repeat all the stuff that they said, by playing the game. But, the coach, was at least, I thought he was a liberal guy. And so I told him that I'm not going to play. It started off because the place to stay there, it was Teresa's Motel. When I said Teresa's Motel, I'm thinking, boy, we're going to have a problem from the beginning. And so happened, the hotel we wanted to stay in was another hotel, and we couldn't stay in the hotel. And so happened, I got the guys together and said, listen, hey, what's going on? I was the captain of the team. And I said, if we don't stay together, I'm not going to be part of it. And I told the coach that, and he's, well, and so happened, I told him I wasn't going to play, and so I didn't. I didn't play. We lost, and the media the next day, just blasted me. It was unreal. But, I thought, it was the right thing to do.
It's such a different era now than when you played. Now athletes, as we all know, they have a voice, right? Sometimes it's on Twitter,
right,
or it's on some sort of social media. Your voice was through your actions, right? You didn't play that night in Charleston, West Virginia. You led the group where you weren't going to play in an all-star game when you're going up against the NBA union and the president of the NBA. When you look at what athletes are doing now with their voice, how important is it, in your eyes, for them to speak with their actions or speak with their voice in a unique time in society right now?
Well, no, I haven't followed that much, but I think they should speak with their voice, because think about it, the athletes, they control the show. They don't go out there and produce or play and things like that. They have the leverage to do all of this. So I just think that they should use their voice and, what they need to do. And a lot of things have improved, like insurance, everything else in the league for injuries and stuff like that. So it's much better than it's been. It's not even close.